To thank the Summit on the Park and Leisure Services for hosting this event, as well as Catherine's Catering for helping us with the food. One other last thank you for your attendance tonight is the retirees from the department. I know that we have a couple in the audience, and we'd like to thank them for showing up, and also the families of the active personnel in our department. At this point, I'd like to introduce Deputy Chief Jamie Strassner for the posting of the colors.
Dispatch, car hold out of Banner.
Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for the posting of the colors by the Canton Fire Department Honor Guard and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Colors about march. Right detail. Halt. Present. Arms.
Please join us in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Order. Arms. Color colors. March. Right detail. Halt. Post colors. Post. Ready? Hey! Ready? Post! Present! Arms!
Tonight we have a special guest that's going to sing the national anthem for us, Sir Jacob Carney.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed the twilight's last streaming, whose but stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the land parts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting was still there. Oh, Saint, the star-spangled banner yet wave for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you. All right.
Order, arms. Recover.
You may be seated. We'd also like to introduce our public safety chaplain, Deacon Pat Conlon, to come up and give us the invocation.
It's an honor to be with you again this year. Thank you very much for the invitation. The world we live in can oftentimes seem confusing, even chaotic many times. So many people seem ready to criticize others, to point an accusing finger, and to find fault with someone else's ideas or policies and positions. And those in public service are oftentimes the targets of this unfortunate and hurtful rhetoric. I don't know how to change the attitude and the perceptions of our society, but I do believe there is something we can all do to make a difference. And that is to be quick to say thank you and to show our appreciation for the efforts of those committed to serve and protect our communities. This evening we come together as colleagues and friends to recognize and celebrate the achievements of members of this department. Members of the Canton Fire Department have chosen to serve the needs of this community, often in the most traumatic and dangerous situations. And I believe that the majority of Canton residents and business owners truly appreciate your dedication and your professionalism. I know I certainly do. So as we continue with our celebration this evening, let's take a moment to offer a prayer of thanks for all the blessings we enjoy. Most loving God, we thank you for this opportunity to recognize and celebrate the achievements of the members of this department. We thank you for your gifts of family, community, and freedom. Make us aware of your presence here this evening and guide our efforts and our conversations. We lift up in prayer our families and loved ones and all those in the Canton community. In a special way, we pray for those who are hurting, those we have served today, those we will serve tomorrow. Care for them as only you can, and strengthen us in our efforts to help them. And we offer this prayer, confident of your love and mercy. Amen.
Our poster contest started back in 1979 to celebrate Fire Safety Week. Retired Fire Marshal Art Winkle, along with the Canton Chamber of Commerce, started the tradition to have elementary students illustrate the fire prevention theme of the year. They did this on a poster which was then judged and placed in several locations around the township for the public to view and to appreciate the art that the elementary students had created. This year's theme was, "Don't wait, check the date, replace smoke alarms every 10 years. And there's an example of their work to my right, to your guys' left, right over there. Tonight we would like to acknowledge this year's first place winner. So please come forward when I call your name. And this year it's Maya Vogley, a third grader with Holstein Elementary. So come on up, Maya. There you go. Congratulations. Thank you very much. We'd now like to bring up Public Safety Director Joshua Meyer for opening remarks.
Well, good evening and welcome. I want to take a quick moment and thank little Jacob Carney. That was amazing. If we can just give him one more quick round of applause. Great job, buddy. I wanted to share a quick story with you tonight. A story about a valuable lesson my 13-year-old son recently taught me. My son, Jacob, recently did a research project and a class presentation on the career of a firefighter. In doing so, he talked about the pros and cons of the job, the educational requirements, the benefits, and the commitment that it must take to be a firefighter. But most important lesson that he taught his class reminded me of why it is such a privilege to say we are firefighters. He talked about the gift that is bestowed upon us, the gift of helping others and being a difference maker in someone else's life during their time of need. Jacob wanted to be here tonight, as he told me the other day he wants to pursue a career as a firefighter. Unfortunately, tonight he's pursuing his other dream as a hockey player and had a game that took him away from being here tonight. But I wanted to thank Jacob for honoring this profession through his research and presentation. Indeed, I'm tremendously proud of him. As Public Safety Director, I take great pride in leading one of the top fire and rescue agencies in the region. We have come a long way in the past 3 years in our strive for continuous improvement, working daily with laser-like focus to improve the services we provide to our community. Improvements such as equipping every fire engine with advanced life support equipment to ensure we are capable of delivering quick, advanced life support care to our residents. Tonight, you will see the results of this work firsthand as we recognize our firefighters for their life-saving work. Blue card training to ensure all of our fire personnel are speaking the same language, making our fire scenes safer and allowing our firefighters to operate more efficiently. And lastly, the department has made great strides towards accreditation under the leadership of Deputy Director Chris Stockline and Deputy Chief Jamie Strasner. We are adhering to industry best practices, all while still providing an exceptionally high level of service to our community. Being a firefighter is a tough job. Physically, emotionally, and mentally, firefighters are tested every day as they respond to emergency calls for service. We have good days and bad days throughout our career, but nonetheless, this can be one of the most rewarding professions as we are often given the opportunity to make a difference in a complete stranger's life. Being the spouse, mother, father, or child of a firefighter is an even tougher job. When we are at work, you are often tasked with taking care of everything else, getting the kids off to sporting events or school, helping with the homework, meal preparation, and even late-night plumbing repairs. Holidays without your loved one at home, sleepless nights worrying about their safety. You get it. You're living it. Tonight, we will recognize our firefighters for their dedication and efforts that they make to the Canton to make it a better and safer place for all to live. Before we do, I want to personally recognize and thank you for your sacrifices. If the loved ones of our firefighters could please stand and be recognized. Not all at once. To our firefighters here tonight and our firefighters that couldn't be here, thank you for your dedication to service and congratulations on your accomplishments. Keep up the excellent work and enjoy your evening. Thank you.
The Director of Public Safety is pleased to present a life-saving award to firefighter Brian Fitzgerald, firefighter Tom Agos, firefighter Adam DeCrane, Firefighter Ryan Winowicki, Police Officer Jason Singleton, and Police Officer Jeremy Quinn. You guys please come up. On January 2nd, 2016, the Canton Fire Department received a 911 call for an unconscious male with CPR in progress from Canton police officers. Firefighters arrived on scene to find the male patient pulseless and not breathing. CPR was assumed by the firefighters and advanced life support care was immediately initiated. A cardiac monitor was applied, revealing the male patient to be in a ventricular fibrillation, and a defibrillation shock was delivered. The patient was ventilated and intubated, revealing bilateral lung sounds. The patient's heart rate changed and the patient now had a pulse. The patient's condition continued to improve, and he began to breathe on his own and his blood pressure returned. The patient was secured into the ambulance and advanced life support protocols were continued throughout transport. Because of the cooperative work between police officers and the firefighters and the effective administration of advanced cardiac life support, the patient was able to receive the necessary treatment and survive this incident. The department would like to thank these individuals for their continued commitment and dedication to this organization and the community they serve. Okay, the next award is another life-saving award. Could firefighter Ryan Molina, firefighter Stephen Ike, Captain Mark Price please come up? Are they not here? They're not here, are they? Did they go on a run? Isn't that something? They can't even get their award. That's okay, though. I'm going to read it anyway. That way everyone can hear it. On June 23, 2016, the Canton Fire Department received a 911 call for an unconscious male with CPR in progress from bystanders. Firefighters arrived on scene to find the male patient pulseless and not breathing. CPR was assumed by the firefighters and advanced life support care was immediately initiated. A cardiac monitor was applied, revealing the male patient to be in asystole. After continuation of advanced cardiac life support protocols, the patient's rhythm changed to a ventricular fibrillation and a defibrillation shock was delivered. The patient's heart rhythm changed and the patient now had a pulse. The patient's condition continued to improve and his blood pressure returned. The patient was secured into an ambulance and advanced life support protocols were continued throughout transport. Because of the quick actions of the firefighters and the effective administration of advanced cardiac life support procedures, the patient was able to receive the necessary treatment and survive this incident. The department would like to thank these individuals for their continued commitment and dedication to this organization and the community that they serve. And since they're not here, we'll clap for them and I'll tell them how good it was because good job. Thank you. I'd like to have Battalion Chief Nick Lombardi come up now. He's going to read as well.
The Director of Public Safety is pleased to present a life-saving award to firefighter Adam DeCrane, firefighter William Tucker, and firefighter Stephanie Doyle. On January 13, 2016, the Canton Fire Department received a 911 call for an unconscious male. En route to the scene, firefighters were advised that the patient was not breathing. Upon arrival, firefighters found the patient to be pulseless with no breath sounds. CPR and advanced life support care was immediately initiated. A cardiac monitor was applied, revealing the male patient to be in asystole, a flatline rhythm. CPR was continued, an IV was established, and epinephrine was administered. The patient's family provided additional information and a dose of Narcan was administered to reverse the effects of a possible overdose. Advanced life support protocols were continued throughout transport, and the patient regained a pulse and was transported to the nearest hospital. Because of the quick actions of the firefighters and the effective administration of advanced cardiac life support, the patient was able to receive the necessary treatment and survive the incident. The department would like to thank these individuals for their continued commitment and dedication to the organization and the community they serve. Congratulations. The next award is going to be a unit award. I have Captain Rob DeVries, Firefighter Justin Zajac, and Firefighter Corey Cancross come up front, please. On July 11, 2016, the Canton Fire Department received a 911 call for an unresponsive 2-year-old. The toddler was found at the bottom of a swimming pool with an estimated 1 to 2 minute downtime and CPR in progress by the child's father. Firefighters arrived on scene to find the toddler with a weak pulse, lethargic, pale, and fluid sounds detected in both lung sounds. CPR was assumed by the firefighters and advanced life support care was immediately initiated. An IV was established and the child's airway was suctioned. The toddler was secured into the ambulance and advanced life support protocols were continued throughout transport. While en route, the toddler slowly began to regain consciousness and upon arrival began crying and responding to his name. Because of the quick actions of the firefighters and the effective administration of advanced life support procedures, the patient was able to receive the necessary treatment and survive the incident. The department would like to thank these individuals for their continued commitment and dedication to the organization and the community they serve. The next presenter will be Battalion Chief Steve Borgell.
The Director of Public Safety is pleased to present a life-saving award to Firefighter Greg Hunter, Firefighter Thomas Agos, Firefighter Adam DeCrane, and Firefighter Ryan Winowicki. On May 27, 2016, the Canton Fire Department received a 911 call for a patient having difficulty breathing. While en route, the patient became unconscious and family began performing CPR. Firefighters arrived on scene to find the male patient pulseless and not breathing. CPR was assumed by the firefighters and ALS support care was immediately initiated. The cardiac monitor was applied, revealing the male patient to be in a systole. The patient was intubated and ventilated and an IV was established. Through the administration of advanced cardiac life support, the patient's heart rhythm changed and the patient now had a pulse. The patient's condition continued to improve. He began to breathe on his own and his blood pressure returned. The patient was secured into the ambulance and patient's vitals remained stable throughout the transport. Because of the quick actions of the firefighters and effective administration of advanced cardiac life support procedures, the patient was able to receive the necessary treatment and survive this incident. The department would like to thank these individuals for their continued commitment and dedication to this organization and the community that they serve. The Director of Public Safety is pleased to present a life-saving award to Firefighter Franco Palumbo, Firefighter Eric Walter, Firefighter Chris Battistone, and Firefighter Bradley Cox. On December 25, 2016, the Canton Fire Department received a 911 call for an unresponsive male with CPR in progress. Firefighters arrived on scene to find the male patient pulseless and not breathing. CPR was assumed by firefighters and advanced life support care was immediately initiated. A cardiac monitor was applied, revealing the patient to be in ventricular fibrillation and a defibrillation shock was delivered. The patient's heart rate changed from VFib to PEA, or pulseless electric activity, after the first defibrillation. An IV was established, and a total of 4 doses of epinephrine were administered, along with 300 milligrams of amiodarone. The patient's rhythm responded to the treatment, and a shockable rhythm was detected. The patient was defibrillated a total of 6 times before regaining a pulse. The patient was secured into the ambulance, and advanced life support protocols were continued throughout transport, and the patient's condition continued to improve. Upon arrival at the hospital, the patient's blood pressure returned, and his pulse was within normal limits. Because of the quick actions of the firefighters and the effective administration of advanced cardiac life support procedures, the patient was able to receive the necessary treatment and survive this incident. The department would like to thank these individuals for their continued commitment and dedication to this organization and the community that they serve. This time, Deputy Director Stockline, excuse me.
Thank you. So it's come to the time of the program where we will present the Firefighter of the Year. Representative Noble, I know that you wanted to give a certificate as well, so you're welcome to join the Director and the Deputy Chief if you want to. Could I please ask Michael Toms to please come to the front of the room. Firefighter of the Year, Michael Toms. For service as set forth in the following. Firefighter Michael Toms has been a member of the Canton Fire Department since 2004 and has had a considerable impact on the department. An important quality of leadership is the ability to motivate people around you and to lead by example. As a firefighter and the union president, Firefighter Toms demonstrates these characteristics. Whether he's on duty or off duty, he goes above and beyond his normal responsibilities to enhance the department's commitment to providing the highest level of service. Firefighter Toms is completing a very lengthy and extensive process of becoming a department instructor coordinator. As an instructor coordinator, he is responsible for recommending, implementing, and providing the state of Michigan approved continuing education to every member of the department in order to maintain paramedic certification, as well as the department's licensing as an advanced life support provider. Firefighter Toms continually works to strengthen and advance the education and skills of the Canton Fire Department and is a valuable resources to his colleagues. Firefighter Toms has a natural propensity to help others and willingly mentors probationary firefighters, understanding the importance of the task and how it may impact the future of the department. Firefighter Toms is an intelligent, courteous, and open communicator, which is essential in this profession. When interacting with the community, fellow firefighters, other departments within the township, or consoling distraught families, Firefighter Toms does it all with the utmost skill, tact, patience, and professionalism. Firefighter Toms possesses the personal character necessary to properly and respectfully represent the department, the union, and the profession. The department would like to recognize Firefighter Michael Toms and thank him for his high standard of service and invaluable contribution he has made to the department and the community. Thank you. So at this time, I would like to thank the awards committee for their work in putting this program together. I know tonight's been short and sweet. This just is a small sample of the runs that these men and women go on every year. I wanted to thank all of you for taking time out of your busy schedules to come here tonight and to celebrate these men and women's accomplishments over the past year. As I mentioned previously, this is our night to take a break and recognize all of them who work so hard day in and day out. For all of you who are here tonight to be recognized, please know that these awards are for you. You don't hear good job and thank you enough, especially because we're all so busy, but it's no excuse. So from all of us, myself, the Deputy Chief, the Director, we thank you for your service. Please have a great evening. Have a safe drive home. I'm going to turn it over to Chaplain Conlon for the benediction, and then that will be followed by Deputy Chief Strasner for the memorial to fallen firefighters and withdrawal of the colors. Thank you.
Congratulations to everyone who was honored this evening, and I am quite confident that I speak for everyone when I say thanks to all of you, honored tonight or not, for everything you do every day. This community is truly blessed to have you, and we are very proud of each and every one of you. As our evening draws to a close, I would like to leave you with just one thought, and I must say, when I was thinking about including this, I wasn't sure if I should or not, because it really has absolutely nothing to do with firefighting, nothing to do with our professional lives, but it's more of a personal thought that I wanted to share with you. And I share it with you because it's one that I have to remind myself all the time. Our days get so very busy with so many things that it's easy to lose focus on what matters most. There's always going to be something on your things to-do list, always one more chore to finish. But it's important that we look around and see the many ways that we are blessed every day. Certainly the opportunity to work in a field that we love and to make a difference in the lives of so many people. But make sure every day to slow it down enough to appreciate those around you, your family and your friends. I see these beautiful children that are here tonight. We can't lose focus, realizing what a blessing they are to us. Don't let your days get so crazy that you forget to let others know how much you care, that you are happy that they share your corner of the world. Don't be afraid to say, "I'm sorry," when you need to. Don't be afraid to say, "Thanks for being here for me." Don't be afraid to say, "I love you." And most importantly, don't be afraid to show, "I love you." With that in mind, once again, let us pray. Good and gracious God, we thank you again for the blessings of this evening. Help us all to be open to recognize the goodness and beauty that surrounds us every day, and to be good caretakers of the gifts we have received. Tonight I pray in a special way for the members of this department. Keep them strong and vigilant as they respond to the needs of our community, and keep them safe in all they do. Bless their families and friends, and help the people of Canton to truly appreciate the protection and safety these firefighters provide every day. We entrust to your loving providence all first responders who have made the ultimate sacrifice, and ask that you care for the loved ones they have left behind. And we offer this prayer and all the prayers of our hearts, confident of your boundless love and mercy. Amen. And God bless.
The men and women of today's fire service are confronted with a more dangerous work environment than ever before. We are forced to continually change our strategies and tactics to accomplish our tasks. Our methods may change, but our goals remain the same as they were in the past: to save lives, protect property, and sometimes at a terrible cost. This is what we do. This is our chosen profession. This is the tradition of the firefighter. The fire service of today is ever-changing, but it is steeped in traditions 200 years old. One such tradition is the sound of a bell. In the past, as firefighters began their tour of duty, it was the bell that signaled the beginning of that day's shift. Throughout the day and night, each alarm was sounded by a bell, which summoned these brave souls to fight fires and to place their lives in jeopardy for the good of their fellow citizen. And when the fire was out and the alarm had come to an end, it was the bell that signaled to all that there was a completion of that call. When a firefighter had died in the line of duty, paying the supreme sacrifice, it was the mournful toll of the bell that solemnly announced a comrade's passing. We utilize these traditions as symbols, which reflect honor and respect on those who have given so much and who have served so well. To symbolize the devotion that these brave souls had for their duty, a special signal of 3 rings, 3 times each, represents the end of our comrades' duties and that they will be returning to quarters. And so to those who have selflessly given their lives for the good of their fellow man, their task completed, their duties well done, and to our comrades, their last alarm, they're going home. We will now ring our bell 13 times in honor of this tradition. We now will withdraw the colors. Ladies and gentlemen, will you please stand for the retiring of the colors by the Canton Department Honor Guard.
Post colors, post. Present. Arms. Order. Arms. Read. Time. Colors above. March. Read. Cover. I want it. Forward. March. Forward. Forward.
We again would like to thank everyone for coming. This concludes our ceremony, but again, there's plenty of cake and plenty more refreshments back there, so please stick around, and we'd be happy to speak with everyone. So thank you again.